Ladies and gentlemen, we used to do something called the vidIQ Q&A. Then it went away for a while, but now we're back with a special. And if you want to turn this special into a regular thing, then this is your opportunity to turn this into the vidIQ Q&A session. Ask us anything. Let's do this.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.
vidIQ.com.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to vidIQ, the YouTube tool, channel and academy that educates you on your YouTube journey. And usually you would find us either in the channel audit mode or in the webinar show you our tools mode. But today we're doing something a little different and a little special for all of you, not only on YouTube, but fingers crossed we should be broadcasting to Twitter, LinkedIn, and our Facebook groups to do a live Q&A session. And we wouldn't be able to do that without our awesome guests. And I brought in the entire team here. I would right now I would play the Boys Are Back in Town music, but we get dinged for copyright. So first of all, we're gonna welcome in order, and folks, just introduce yourselves as we go to each and every person. We're gonna start with Liron here. Say hello, Liron.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another live vidIQ. Oh, hold on. That's my shtick for Wednesdays. All right. Good to have everybody here. I love the people in the chat already going very, very big. This is going to go awesome. And welcome to vidIQ training sessions where we help you grow your channel. So,
and the next person we are saying hello to is Travis.
Hey now, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Looking forward to having some fun and answering your questions today in the most unsavage-like manner possible.
He says that, but stay tuned. And last and probably least, sorry about that, Dan, say hello.
Oh, all right. Hey, how's it going?
You see, that's why you're least, Dan, because you are like absolutely terrible with his introductions. You're just like monotone, one word type of thing.
You blew up my spot immediately. You just boom. This guy's gonna have the worst introduction of the four. That's what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Hey, Dan.
There we are. All right, folks. By the way, looks as if I'm getting a lot of buffering at my end. Just let me know if it's running okay on the actual stream, and just give us a thumbs up, emojis, that type of thing. What we do when we do these live streams is that we do questions and answers. So anything is on the table as long as it's to do with YouTube. So that could be your channel, YouTube at large, or vidIQ in general. Any question, we'd love to hear from you. In the video description, there is a link that will take you to a very simple form. All you need to do is press on that link and then give us your channel name, where you are in the world, and your question, and we will start to answer those questions. And we're going to do that right now. And the very first question that's coming up, and I think this is unavoidable, this comes from Launchpad Music Videos. You're currently in England, and your question is, how are you, and I assume that's us at vidIQ, how are we dealing with the coronavirus and the outbreak as it stands? To give you a very simple answer from a company point of view here, Launchpad Music Reviews, I think I'm going to call you Launchpad from now on. vidIQ has and always will be a remote-based company whereby we don't have an office, no headquarters. We have people dotted all around the world, some in Eastern Europe, developers. We've got people on the eastern side of the US, western side, and we pretty much all work from home. So in terms of us and our capacity to help you as creators, nothing, fingers crossed, has happened to any of our teams so far, so we can continue to do these live streams. I mean, this is one of the beauties of YouTube, in that we have somebody in Seattle, Dallas, and where are you, Dan? Is it Raleigh, North Carolina?
East Coast. We'll just say east.
And some of these areas are on like mini lockdowns and stuff, but we're still able to broadcast from our homes to help you. That's my thoughts on the coronavirus in terms of how we're dealing with it. Any extra thoughts from either of you guys?
No.
Yeah, you pretty much covered it.
All right. That's the first question answered then, I think. If anybody wants to ask specifically about coronavirus and how it affects your channel, then do please post a comment there. And we're going to take the next question, I think, from Travis. You've got one lined up, so what's the question there?
I got tons. Galaxy Pubs from the USA. Oh, look at that. MMA Weekly's in the house. Hey, MMA, I used to work for MMA Weekly, and they're in the chat. Good to see you guys. What if your channel is stuck at a point like you're not gaining subscribers or views? What should you do to fix that? I think we're going to see variations of this question 1,000,001 times. But you know what you could do? What most before vidIQ, let's call it BV, before vidIQ.
Oh, I like that
You would do is you would go through your videos and try to figure out which ones are gaining you subscribers and try to do more of those. Fortunately, our tool does that for you. And there's a channel audit portion of the tool. If you click that, there's an entire section that tells you which videos of yours have been gaining subscribers. Now, I could sit here and tell you, if you told me what your niche is, what might work. But what always works is what's already working on your channel. So if you click that, it'll tell you which videos you've been doing lately that have been gaining subscribers. And to be honest, that's like the quickest and easiest way. I think the link should be in the description for that.
Hopefully so, yeah. I would add after vidIQ purchase, so what would that be, the AVP, we've got the vidIQ Academy as well, where there's lots of stuff about how to start your channel, keyword research, thumbnails, that type of thing. Of course, a YouTube channel as well, where there's lots of tips and tricks. Do check that out. And yeah, there's all sorts of learning resources there to check out. Leron, let's take one from you.
Okay, so we've got one from the Chess Geek from California. Says, I post every day a new video. Do you think that is a good pace for YouTube channels about chess? So I suppose it's the same old question about frequency. So how many videos should you post a day, a week? And is there a better kind of formula? The truth is, it's not about the number of videos that you post a week. It's about the quality of the videos. Ask yourself this question. When you look at your favorite creators channel, if they're going to post 7 or 8 rubbish videos every week versus one really amazing video, which one would you prefer? So it's all about giving the audience good quality material, things that they want to watch. And if once a week is going well for you, great. Can you bump it up to 2? Great. Can you bump it up to 3? What's your audience retention? And then kind of find the right mix for your audience. There isn't one solution that's available to all. Make good quality videos. That's the number one key.
And test as well. I think Tim Schmoyer did a good video on this, whereby if the audience, the majority of people under the age of like 15, then they've got more time to watch videos maybe on a daily basis. Whereas it's a working mum, now I'm not saying working mums are a huge chess audience, but like working mums may only have time to look at videos at the weekend or at certain times of the day. So think about your audience when you're creating that content as well. Thanks for the question. If this is what you want and this is what you're enjoying, by the way, and thank you for the 300 people who are currently watching right now, share this live stream with somebody else who you think may find this useful right now, and of course give us a like, because we like the engagement as well. Dan, over to you. You've got a question. What question is that?
So this is from Black Belt Secrets over in the UK. My channel has 41,000 subscribers. Congratulations.
Well done. Yeah, good stuff.
Mostly from 1 or 2 videos on back pain. But that's not really a niche I want to build a channel around.
Ooh.
How do I re-engage my audience? Because I've thrown up a few videos. Some did well, others kind of flunked, and I'm sort of in a rut. Many thanks. We've actually talked about this quite a bit here, and we bring it up a lot in channel audits. I believe this is something Travis says a lot, actually.
Yeah, we'll push it to him after your thoughts, Dan.
Yeah, if you are going to make a video about something that you're not really going to commit to long term, and that video happens to take off, you need to be prepared for that disappointment of, uh-oh, I don't want to make one more of these, and this is it. This is what grew my channel. As someone with a gaming channel, I can relate to this, especially because my channel is kind of a hobby. I take long breaks from it. I come back. There's a new game I'm playing. I start all over again. All you can really do is keep testing and, engage with the audience that have stuck with you from the beginning, the ones who, they're okay with watching. If Black Belt Secrets, I assume your channel's about martial arts. So if they like your martial arts content and they stuck around after the back pain stuff, hey, I mean, you're still growing an audience, but there will be that fall off if you're not willing to continue making those back pain videos or muscle aches or what have you. If you have more ideas about different pain points in the human body that you can address, definitely. I would like to hear Travis's thoughts.
Yeah, I was going to say, now, Travis, at this point, you sit everyone down and say, let me tell you something. You want to pay attention right now. I know this is a terrible version of you speaking, but
that's not me that says that. I think it's someone else that says that. But in that vein, yeah, I mean, I know Leron can definitely attest to this. I've had multiple clients that I've talked to that have done that one trendy video that's not in their niche, and unfortunately took off, and now the rest of their channel suffers because all the subscribers they gained from that video aren't really interested in the other stuff you normally do. It's almost the equivalent of if you were, say, a car channel and you decided to do what was it, the chicken sandwich from Popeyes a while back. Like if you just were like, oh, I'll do that, everyone's watching that, and then you get like 1,000 subscribers from that, and they're not interested in cars, you started to tank your channel unnecessarily. So you really want to make sure that every video you do in some way relates to your overall message.
Awesome stuff there.
Can I add one?
Yeah,
thing
go ahead, Leron.
A little ninja trick to do is go to that video that does get you a lot of kind of views, even if it's not the ones that you want people to get views from. Go to that video, pin a comment to one of your latest videos. You're getting eyeballs on that video anyway. You might as well direct them to some of your new content. And that's a great way to kind of show people what else you do on your channel so they don't watch that video and then immediately leave. Use your working videos to push people to your newer videos and your newer videos. So
that is a great point, isn't it? I mean, the things that you got in your arsenal in terms of a video that's doing really well, but you want to direct it to new audiences is info cards, end screens, description, and a pinned comment. So there's like 4 potential ways to funnel an audience to what you do on a daily basis from those that hero video, so to speak. Great stuff there. The next question I'm going to take here is from Skincare and Beauty with Perky Perkins. You're in San Jose, and your question is, what do you recommend for me to stand out in the beauty space as it is so saturated? First of all, I think you've got part 1 of your dilemma correct in that you recognize that it is already a saturated market, which is very true of many areas. And I always look at these types of questions from 3 different aspects. How can you be, 4 actually, bigger, better, or faster than your competition? And by that I mean content that is better executed, better filmed, better style delivery. That's probably the hardest way to distinguish yourself, because creators achieve that over a longer period of time. Bigger in terms of, let's say somebody does a review on 3 beauty products. Why don't you do a review on 20 beauty products? And that just blows everything else in your competitive space out of the water. Or you're faster than anyone else. So when there's a new product that's being released, can you get that content to the YouTube market faster than anyone else? And so that's how I would generally see yourself standing out in a particular area. As well as you probably already have a bit of a niche where there's some videos on your channel that perform a little bit better than others, and that's where you can sort of niche down and create more content on that specific area. Any other thoughts, guys?
I think you've covered it. The most important thing is, how are you different? What do you bring to a market? Every market's saturated, if you think about it, but yet channels are blowing up all the time and they're improving all the time. What makes your channel you? Why do people come to your channel? That's the biggest question across every industry, every niche. What makes you you? And are you bringing that to your YouTube channel, or are you another Me Too channel copying what everybody else is doing? Don't be a Me Too channel.
Let's stick with you, Travis. Leron, if you've got another question lined up, and we'll tackle that one.
I do. This one is from Ninja Nerf. Cool name. It's from the United States. And basically the question is it a good goal to be monetized or to have content that your viewers really like, or both? I think we know the answer to that. So the goal is obviously to be monetized at a point. How do you get monetized? You get views from your viewers. So step number 1 should always be about your viewer, above all and beyond, whether you're doing brand deals, whether you're doing AdSense, or whether you're just thinking about what's your next content. Put the viewer first. You're delivering value to an audience. That's why they're there. They're there for you. Then everything else will simply flow, because if they're there, they're sharing, they're engaging with you, you're building a community, you're going to hit those 4,000 minutes, hours, whatever YouTube says today. You're going to do those brand deals, and then you're going to kind of get the monetization, but focus on your viewer at all times.
We recently did a video which was how to get 1,000 subscribers, and I almost gave people a trap question at the beginning. I said, why do you want to get to 1,000 subscribers? Pause the video and answer that question. And almost everybody said, because I want to monetize my content. And then I said, if it's because you want to monetize your content, wrong answer. Yeah. It's all about your audience all of the time. And when you think about your audience and providing value to them, you'll get more subscribers that way. And given what's happening right now with coronavirus, etc., I would imagine, I'm going to guess here, that come April, when it's the start of a new fiscal year for many companies and the advertising monthly runs end in March, I think there's going to be all sorts of chaos in advertising. I think a little bit of it's going to go up, but in terms of people who rely on travel advertisements, sports equipment, that type of thing, I think all of that advertising is going to plummet through the floor. So don't rely just on AdSense either. Travis, what have you got next for us?
MMAweekly.com asks, how do you see the coronavirus affecting YouTube views and monetization? This is kind of a deep question because anecdotally, I've had a lot of creators reach out to me and ask me if I've seen their views going down because their views are going down. So I guess if you look at it that way, there are some creators that are feeling the effects. I think it's niche by niche. Yeah. So if your niche is about buying a lot of stuff, it may not do as well right now because people aren't really thinking about buying a lot of stuff. If your niche is like surviving and being budget conscious, you might actually see an influx of views because while there are a lot of people home now being able to watch things on TV and YouTube, the interest has to be there. And some people, the front of their mind is, what do I need? How do I make toilet paper at home? Like if someone can figure out how to make homemade toilet paper, they're going to get 1 million views. Now the question about monetization is interesting because it's changed over the last couple of days, even like weeks or so, where initially everything coronavirus was demonetized. Recently, YouTube has let us know and even let out a video where for some brands that they work with, and then also some self-certifying channels can get some monetization. But in general, when you're talking about CPMs, I've talked to several creators that have seen CPMs drop a lot lately, and that is kind of it's not directly to coronavirus related, but it kind of is because people aren't buying as much stuff anymore. Yeah. So I know a couple of creators that have lost entire sponsor deals. So as far as monetization goes and stuff, everything's being affected.
Yeah, I think the general logic is that more people are going to be at home watching content, but there's less advertisers on the platform to sell adverts. I think but it's as you say, from niche to niche. I think maybe DIY channels where the advertisements may come from like sanitizer products and that they may say an uptake. But the general rule of, as we always say, is don't rely just on AdSense. But again, you're going to be affected, I think, everywhere. It's brand sponsorship deals, and it's going to be a challenge for everyone. We just wish everyone luck. Yeah, Leon, go ahead.
Yeah, I will say that if your channel kind of has some videos, even if they're back and kind of long tail evergreen, that's the word I was looking for. If they're evergreen content that you can kind of adapt to what's going on without being cheesy and without trying to kind of nuke those views, you try it. So I have videos about faster Wi-Fi, which seems to be doing exceptionally well at the moment because that is a niche that people are currently, a need that people are currently having, being stuck at home, right? So if you've got any of those videos that you maybe perhaps just tweaking the title a little bit, makes it a little bit more relevant in 2020, that is definitely something that you want to do. But always, and please, always be very sensitive to what's going on. Don't do it for the cheesy views because people will call you out immediately on that.
Absolutely. Do publish responsibly. Dan, let's see what question you've got for us.
So this is from Sweet and Savory. They're in Canada. What steps should I take to deciding my niche for a cooking channel? And this, when it comes to any question about how can I decide my niche, when you've already picked the niche of cooking channel, that's one step right there. I would urge you to stay within your expertise when doing a cooking channel. So, for example, if you are someone who's big into keto, then a keto cooking channel is a great place to start. And then you can start to niche down from there, maybe keto desserts or, fried food, keto style, whatever it is that you typically cook, stay there and then see how you can niche down and test different things within what you're already good at.
I think there's also a niche of style in these circumstances whereby it's like how to cook something in 5 minutes or less, or how to cook something with less than $20 or like less than 5 ingredients. So I think there's another sort of option to look at there. But I think with a channel that's trying to find out where the niche is, you'll probably discover that what you think is your niche to begin with turns out to be something a little bit different by the time you've done like 50 to 100 videos. So always continue to experiment along those lines as well. Thank you for the questions that we've had so far. Really appreciated. I'm going to try something a little risky now. We've done this before, but we haven't done this for a good 6 months, folks. What we do now is we take this to the live chat. So you can see hashtag question. In the live chat, if you put hashtag question, we're going to try and answer as many questions as we can from people putting hashtag question in 5 minutes. So the first hashtag question I see, I'm going to read out. I'm going to try and answer it very quickly, and then we'll move to somebody else, and we'll do that for 5 minutes. This sometimes has been chaotic, but we're going to try it. And on this occasion, we're going to keep it YouTube exclusive, but we'll do another one where there's any question can be asked. It could be about any one of us, life, general, whatever. All right, I've seen the first question. So here, I'm going to press a button, which means that we've got the 5-minute countdown.
There's that 30-minute freeze we were talking about.
Am I freezing? Am I back?
Okay. We're off right now.
Hello?
Not live. This happens every so often.
Are we back? Are we back? Hello?
You're back. You're back.
You're back.
All right, I think we're back. Right. Okay, so we're going to try this now. The first question comes from Kipsophie, which is, my channel is growing good now. I just need to schedule to upload videos. Now I upload randomly and it's bad. I'm not sure if there's actually a question in there, but generally speaking, consistency is good. If you can get your viewers into watching habits, then they're going to be used to when you're publishing videos. So they know that they come to your channel like every Thursday at 6 o'clock to watch your content. So do keep up with consistency. Leron next.
Okay, mine comes from, let's pick a random one, Mike Dupe, or Dup. I'm so bad at these names. Question, as a 15-year-old who only makes music on his channel, how do I do better in that category, specifically in gaining traction? Great question. So what I would do is I would watch other musicians, people that you look up to, people that you follow on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube, of course. Find out what they're doing, what's different. How can you bring yourself to your audience? Because that is what they want to connect with. Make good content that people want to watch.
Travis.
Our good friend Generic Waffle asks, does capitalization matter when it comes to SEO, titles and tags? My initial guess is not really. I wanted to double check. No, it's more for humans. I think actually YouTube even answered this question in one of their videos.
They did. They said that capitalization seems to work less, but I find a lot of channels use capitalizations and it seems to work better for their channels.
Well, but I don't know that it has anything to do with SEO. I think
correct. Yeah, I agree with that. It's more about whether the text stands out. Sorry, I railroaded your question there, Travis. But Dan, go ahead.
All right. Hashtag question. How do I get more watch time? We get asked this a lot. Basically, you want a good hook. You don't want people dropping off your video the second it starts. And so if your video is about, hey, today I'm going to show you how to make a bench. But first, man, I'm so sorry. I haven't uploaded in weeks, guys. Things have just been so crazy. Stop it. Are you going to show me how to build a bench, or are you going to tell me about what's going on? You can do that at the end of the video. Tell people what they came for in that much time. Make sure your hook is strong.
Yeah. Absolutely. And Tosh Tuwawi asks, are tags more important than titles and other stats? No. Next question, Leron.
Grow to be the best. Question, how do you take advantage of keyword research? Quick tips, please. Go to YouTube, search, start typing in your key phrase for that particular video you're about to make and see what comes up. Use YouTube autocomplete. That is a big, big help to tell you what people are currently searching for.
Great. Dan, let's have another one from you.
All right. I'm sorry I didn't read your name before. I'm bad about that. Let's see. Let's go with, sorry, it was moving and then I had to scroll. Garage. I had it and it jumped on me. This is chaos. You warned me. Nor Hammond. Question, how can I grow my audience? Something, and it went away. How can you grow your... Well, make good content and keep making videos that they signed up for. There's probably a second part to that question, but it sadly went away.
There you are. How do you grow your audience? Something. Thank you there, Dan. Question from, you are right, though, it is going quite quickly at the moment. We appreciate that, but it also makes it really difficult for us. Garage reviews. Is it necessary that once your channel is reviewed, ads come to your channel instantly? So generally speaking, once you're monetized and you're uploading videos and you get that green icon, we always recommend uploading a video as unlisted or private to give YouTube maybe an hour or two to check the video out. You should get videos served instantly, but remember, not every single view results in an advertisement. It's like maybe 1 in every 2 views. I think you got to look at, what is it, estimated monetized playbacks to see how many views actually get money. If you do start falling into a trap where you keep getting your videos limited or restricted, then yeah, you're going to get less monetized views. And traditionally, when you fell into that trap, it could be like almost any video you upload, it struggles with YouTube. But I don't know if that's still the same, because we don't monetize here at YouTube. So I'm really out of touch with monetization, generally speaking. But I hope that half answered your question. Leron, let's take another one from you.
All right. SM Football question. Why can't I get more views with vidIQ tags? In my last video, I got 70 score and still under 100 views. Okay, stop doing that. Okay, you're focusing on the wrong thing. You should be focusing 70% of your effort should be focused on your thumbnail and title as a combination. That is the most important thing. It's going to get you people to stop what they're doing, stop the scroll, see your awesome thumbnail, read your awesome title, and then choose whether to click or not. Tags are just there to give you empowerment to see what people are searching for. Use that to your advantage in your titles. Just getting a perfect score on a tag is no longer as important as it used to be.
Yeah, the SEO score is a guide of potential for your channel, for your video to do well. And as Leron says, we developed this SEO score like 3 years ago when tags were far more important. And unfortunately, that's diminishing in relevance. You can still use it as a guide, but as Leron says, thumbnails and titles, that's where you want to put 80-90% of your effort. Travis, have you got a question for us?
What's the best site to get traffic, like Reddit? Well, I'll tell you what the best site is. It's YouTube.
It's YouTube, yeah.
Without exception, it's YouTube. I spent the first year of my YouTube journey just trying to figure out the answer to that question, and I found very quickly the answer is YouTube. I would not spend any type of significant time going to forums and stuff like that when you could be spending that same amount of time on how to grow on YouTube, which will always give you more views, more growth, in a much faster time than ever being on like Reddit and some subreddit that 3 people watch and then they come and say sub for sub.
And let us all say amen.
Yeah, the only way Reddit's going to work is if other people are sharing your content for you, and then it becomes viral in that sense. MAGA Family Channel asks, does live streaming help watch hours? And first live video, what should it be about for Family Channel? So yes, it can massively help with watch time hours. Right now we've got about 350 people watching this, and we're going to be watching it for maybe an hour, and that's going to give us what we call a watch time bomb. Like, we'll get more watch time hours today than we did maybe yesterday. However, this has been done over like 2.5 years at this point. We've been cultivating our community and tuning them into the value of these live streams for a very long time. So don't be surprised if your first live stream you get 5 or 10 people watching it. That's fine. You've got to treat them as your super fans and give them as much value as you can in your live streams. What should your first video be about on a family channel? I don't know, maybe live Q&A. Ultimately, live streams are about your community, involving them as much as possible and giving as much value back as you can, which is what we're doing by trying to answer as many questions as we can right here. And Dan, we'll take the last Q&A from you in this quickfire round.
All right. Let's see. I thought I had it and it did the thing again, but okay, if you hold down the scroll bar, it doesn't jump as much. Let's see. Question from Waste Warrior Woman. Sustainable skincare
Waste
channel.
Warrior Woman.
I think.
What a channel then.
Waste Warrior Woman. Sustainable skincare channel. What should I suggest during crisis moment? I'm guessing you mean during right now, while everyone's in crisis mode over COVID-19. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm on something there?
Likely.
Probably. Yeah. So if you're a skincare channel, I'm not sure how you can make a video that necessarily relates. The only thing that comes close in my mind is hand sanitizer, and that's kind of skincare doesn't necessarily refer to hand sanitizer. It's more like, I would imagine, like a makeup kind of channel. It
sounds like, and I giggled at the channel name, but it's actually a memorable channel name. I would guess if you're like creating sustainable skincare products, isn't now like the perfect time to be doing like these DIY skincare products that people can make at home when all of the beauty shops are closed. That's where
That's
I
a
would
good
be
point.
thinking. If you're talking about the content crisis that you may be suffering here, that's where I would be going with that idea. All right, thanks for that, Dan. I've decided I'm going to put you in timeout next time we do live Q&A because you are just quite honestly terrible on it. We'll take the next question then. Has anybody got a question lined up from the forum?
I got one.
Okay,
Leron. All right,
let's take one from there.
Okay, so this is from John from New Jersey, USA, basically saying, what if you don't want to niche down? Will your channel essentially get views and subscribers? Absolutely, no question about it. Just accept that it will take longer. When you niche down, you're known as the expert. You're known as the go-to channel, the person people want to know, want to go to when they have a question about whatever that is. And as soon as you niche down, that's who you are. But if you don't want to niche down, if you want to do lots of random stuff, perfectly fine. People will find you. Just be aware it will take a much longer time to grow.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. Jeremy, God bless him, his phrase was 2 inches wide, a mile deep on a niche, and you'll reap the benefits quite quickly. Travis, have you got a question lined up?
Yeah, I do actually.
Go ahead.
Good one, which I can't wait to look at the expression on everyone's face after I read this.
All right.
I feel like the person knows the answer to this question. It is Aurora Games for Days, and it's a good question though. My really good mic broke. Should I wait to record until after I get a new one or continue with iffy audio?
Ooh.
So, if your audio is iffy, probably not. But the question then is, what do you think iffy is? Like, your phone can capture really good audio nowadays. So literally, if you really wanted to, you could use your phone as a new mic. So that's not iffy audio. If you're talking about doing like this, and I love this game, it's great. No, don't do that. But you know, if you have the ability to record even on a phone, use that and overlay it onto your video.
I guess how much of a crisis are you with the microphones? Like, you could get a $20 microphone from Amazon to keep you going until you can afford a replacement one, and hopefully get that in a couple of days. But I would always say this as well. I would never use technology or like lack of resources as an excuse not to do content. Work with what you have, because the worst thing you can do is not create any content, and then your audience is saying, oh, there's nothing from this channel, I'm going to go get it from somewhere else now, and they'll forget you ever existed. That is the pace of YouTube, unfortunately.
Sure. Just remember one thing is that we're not living in normal times, so Amazon deliveries and all of those
that's true.
Severely impacted. So maybe there's a little bit of that element, like they want to buy, but maybe just physically not able to. But I love that idea of recording through your phone, put a headpiece in, and iPod, earpod, whatever those Apple stupid thing in your ear goes, and then just use those to record. I mean, that's great audio.
All right, Dan, it's time to redeem yourself with an awesome question and an awesome answer.
I'm now responsible for the quality of the questions. Okay, I'm just going to note that for the record. Bass or Bust Outdoors, great name, asks, and you're from Florida, asks, how do I get more subscribers when my channel produces content about ideas that have mostly been covered already? The sport which I do, bass fishing, is very hard to start a YouTube channel about. Subscribers seem to come slowly, and I don't like doing sub for sub swaps because those subscribers will never watch your content. So that tells me you've actually tried that, and we've preached for forever and ever, don't do that. So I'm glad you learned. Sad that you learned the hard way, but here we are. Sub for sub is all about growing channels just by numbers alone, and nobody watches the content, and then you tank your channel. So don't do that. As for covering a topic that's been covered before, I have a gaming channel, and I play games like Minecraft. They've been covered up and down. It's about getting creative and trying to figure out what questions people are asking today about bass fishing, because a lot of your competition might just be making vlogs where they're like, hey, I'm out here, I'm bass fishing, and they're having fun doing that. But you could be going a step above that and saying, what do people want to know? What's a new type of fishing rod? What kind of bait are people using these days? Take your channel and answer questions that people are currently searching for, and I think you'll find that things start to take off.
I think particularly in the fishing topic of YouTube, a lot of people let themselves down with thumbnails. I think just making your thumbnails the best on YouTube is going to help get your people into your content. then it's up to you to deliver really good content for good watch time and then more shareability. But you have the same problems many other people. The content's been done before, but there's always a way to do something different on YouTube. I can guarantee you that. The question I'm going to pick here is from Your Mail. I assume that's their channel name. They're actually in Vancouver, so hello to you there. I'm currently in Coquitlam. The question is, do some channels pay their way through views? Is this something people don't talk about but actually do? The question worries me a little bit because it sounds like you're maybe thinking of doing this. So the first thing I want to really stress to you is never purchase numbers that are going to manipulate the metrics, because that is against YouTube terms of service. If YouTube ever find out that you're doing it, then your channel could be terminated just like that. And ultimately, a channel is going to be successful when they grow an organic audience and that audience comes back to watch your content, because channels are only going to grow if there is money flowing to these views, and then once somebody stops paying for these views, then all of those views are going to disappear and go away. I have heard that some people use Google AdWords, so like legitimately putting their videos out on YouTube to reach a wider audience sometimes helps to kickstart their channel. Again, I personally disagree with that, but I understand why some people might want to get like higher up in the search terms for certain things with educational content. But my general advice is never pay for anything that's not going to give you any organic value at the end of it. Who's had a bit of a break? I think Travis. No, Leron, you've had a bit of a break there. So,
okay, fine.
Pick one out, please.
Okay, so I got a question from King Chris, who says from America. So pretty specific. What can I do to improve? An equally specific question. Okay, guys, this is the opportunity to ask real questions about your channels and struggles that you have with. Every single person in the chat, I'm willing to bet, wants two things: more subscribers, more views, right? So asking how do I improve, I can't really help you with that. So ask something more specific. Since we have the mic for a little bit, one thing I've noticed in the chat, people are asking questions in the chat, which is awesome. None of us are seeing them. So if you want to have your question answered, there is a form in the description. I'm gesturing because that's what we do on YouTube. There's a form down there. Fill that in, and we will try to get to as many as we can.
Yeah.
Don't ask questions in the chat. We're not ignoring you. We're just busy answering other questions. Form is where it's at.
Wait for the hashtag question 5-minute period when we do it from the live chat. And if you look at the description of the question form, it says, please do not ask broad, vague questions such as how to get more views or how to get more subscribers, because those will be ignored because they're impossible to answer.
Can't do anything with them.
Our answer to that is go to the Academy, watch 500 videos on the YouTube channel. That's how you do it. Right, I'm going to play a bit of a game here now. I'm going to pick a question and then nominate somebody to answer it. So, Leron, Travis, Dan, find your most difficult questions and then nominate somebody. I'm guessing Dan's going to pick me with a really difficult one. But Dan, I'm going to nominate you to answer this question. This is from Starman275, and their question is, what are some good Minecraft video ideas? What are some good ideas for gamers on YouTube? How do you gain views quickly? How do you gain subscribers quickly? So let's ignore those last two questions because they're the general broad questions. It's the one about what are some good Minecraft video ideas?
Yeah, to the answer of your last two questions, it's the answer to your first questions. Okay, that's how you're going to get more views and subscribers. So when it comes to especially a game like Minecraft that's super saturated, been around for 10 years plus now, you want to be following the trends in the Minecraft community. It's very popular for a reason. It's because it's ever evolving. So Minecraft has a huge modding community, and what I've had success with myself in the past is covering various mods and doing a tutorial, just a short, simple 5-minute tutorial on a mod of your choice, one you know pretty well or one you just learned and you want to showcase to everybody. So take a mod, do a mod review. Mod review is a very strong term in the Minecraft community. So that's just one suggestion. Anything you could teach people when it comes to Minecraft, just turning it on, hitting record and saying, let's play Minecraft episode 1, you're going to get 0 views forever and ever. That's not going to do it these days. Enough people have done that. You have to take it a step up, teach people something, give them value, and you're going to grow a channel with a saturated game like Minecraft.
Dan, consider yourself redeemed and more. Leron, pick a question, nominate somebody to answer it.
Okay, random. Okay, State of Daniel. That's the channel name, not who I'm nominating. Says, where are you from? From the States. And the question is if a channel is starting today from ground zero, what are the important metrics we should be focusing on the most, and what is a realistic expectation growth? It's a great question. Rob, you're it.
Okay, so my answer to this, and some people may think differently, is forget the metrics. They're not important right now as you start your channel. What I want you to do as a video creator is get as much experience creating content. So that's learning how to film, shoot, edit, and as much experience with the YouTube platform. So that's uploading, making thumbnails, responding to comments, gauging a response. At this point, you may be getting like 10 views, 20 views, whatever. For me, that's absolutely fine, because right now, I want to know if 6 months down the line, I still love making video content, because that's what it always boils down to me. If I still have that passion to say, I've got an idea here and I want to make a video, it's going to end up on YouTube, then that's what I'm going to concentrate on. The first metrics you want to start looking at, maybe after 50 videos and 6 months of experience, is click-through rate, because thumbnails are super important, and watch time. Everything else at this point, you're probably going too much into the details. Was that a good answer, Leron?
I like it. It's approved.
Thank you very much. Travis, question, nominate.
I got a good one. This one is going to be actually a lot easier than it seems like on the surface. So I'm going to nominate Leron. I'm going to give him a slam dunk. This should be pretty easy for you, Leron. I'm getting some views. How do I get my audience to continue helping and like and subscribe? Also, I'm aiming for a kind of young audience, 9+. How can I get them to like and subscribe?
Well, there was like with a twist at the end. Did you know?
It was. There's
that's
the
a tricky twist, that one.
There was like, oh, this is so easy. Anybody can do. And then kind of there was a left-hand turn there. Okay. So basically, are you asking your audience to like and subscribe? What a lot of people do is they ask for like and subscribe at the very end of your video. Typically, people don't watch 100% of your video. So therefore, most of your audience, you've pretty much lost already. Have that hook at the beginning. As Dan said, grab them in, tell them why they have to watch this video, do your little intro, keep it short, and in there, hey, if you like this content, hit the subscribe button, let's get on to today's show, and then start your content. Because you're aiming at a young audience, remember, they're pretty savvy on YouTube, but as you know, with the whole COPA thing, you got to be very careful the lines that you go through. You might not have comments enabled on your channel, so you don't have that tool to use. So appeal to the person. And then again, if it's very young audience, appeal to mom and dad. So maybe their intro could be, hey, mom and dad, this is wholesome content for your child. Don't forget to subscribe so that you guys don't miss out. And then get started with that. Travis, that was brutal, man.
Am I right in thinking that if the content is made for kids, that you can't actually like or dislike the video?
So technically, when you're under 13, you're not even supposed to have an account. So that's
so it's the parents' account.
Yeah. Exactly. Assuming that they're using their parents' account, then yeah.
Okay. Dan, come on. You're gonna most likely nominate me.
Just for that, I probably shouldn't, right? You're just, or should I? Because that's what you're trying to get. Okay. Well, this is from Cast42. They're in Brazil. No matter what, my SEO score is always 40 out of 100. What am I doing wrong? It sounds like you want to answer it, Rob. So
I think I'm probably the most qualified to answer this one. All right. If you're,
did you hear that?
Right.
Wow.
So if the video hasn't been published at this point and you're getting a score of 40 out of 100, you're actually getting quite a good score, because 50% of the SEO score on the vidIQ SEO tool is judged on the video performance on YouTube, and you can't directly affect that. It's like you're indirectly affecting that. We've got a video on this which explains how it works. So do a search for vidIQ SEO score. And just going back to what we've already said, people are getting far too fixated on this SEO score. It is one tool from vidIQ amongst dozens, but I think it's because it's on every single video watch page that people are fixated on it. If you're getting 40 out of 100, that means your SEO is at a relatively good score. I get between like 37.5 and 42.5 when I'm preparing my videos on YouTube. So it's thumbs up from vidIQ, but thumbs down from just thinking that is the be all and end all of YouTube performance for a video.
Rob, before you move on, I was actually just checking on some of my scores as well. It's amazing how they fluctuate and how they change. It's just an indicator. It's a barometer, not a science, as we like to say. So it gives you an idea of what works and what's likely to work, but stop being fixated of, if I get a score of 43, I'm guaranteed this. If a 47, oh wow, it's definitely guaranteed that. It simply doesn't work that way. It gives you indication, and it's up to you to make it human. Write titles for humans, not machines. That's the most important thing.
All right, I'm going to press a button on my live stream now, and I hope it still works. I'm just going to try and shift it to live stream chat that includes all of our platforms, and I think that worked. So I'm going to leave it there now, and we're going to do another hashtag question session here, whereby, so we're now looking at the live stream chat, folks. If you type hashtag question and then type out your question, we'll try our best to answer it as quickly and as efficiently as possible. We're going to do this for another 5-10 minutes. Dan, I'm going to let you go first here, so you've got a lot of time here to really prepare yourself. Find the question that you really want to answer and then go ahead with it, and then we'll switch between other questions. So have we got one coming up yet? Have we seen any questions?
I got one.
All right, let's go. Let's start then.
Star Culty, maybe. Question: can I switch games or niches once I have a good following? Switching games? Sure, yes. But I always say stay within your niche, because people followed you for Minecraft and now you're playing Call of Duty, and that's not even remotely the same. So if you're going to switch your niche, be prepared for some drop off. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. You lose interest in a game, a niche. I mean, it's up to you.
The sports influencer asks, I've been blowing up on YouTube lately. All of my mock drafts, I assume for NFL, have between 2,000 and 8,000 views. And yet you only have 244 subs. That sounds amazing. Congratulations. I do advertise subscribing on screen on all my time, all times, and it says it in every video. My response to that would be, there's not actually a question there, but don't worry about the sub count right now. If your views are well above subscribers, you're more interested in what YouTube is doing with your content in terms of discoverability, and it is being discovered by a lot of new people. Yes, in your videos include calls to action to subscribe, but just keep riding that wave of success that you're doing, and hopefully the subs should catch up in the end. Yeah, I know you need to get to 1,000 subscribers, obviously, for monetization, but just keep doing what you're doing right now, because 2,000 to 8,000 views on 250 subs is incredible. Well done. Travis, one from you.
Question from Action Han 55. What should I do to grow my audience through live stream? Now, this is a tricky one, because by and large, for most channels that are video on demand that do normal video production and then release, almost every single live stream will lose you subscribers. If you are a primarily live stream based channel, that's kind of a different story. So I have both. I have a primary live stream based channel and the other. And I've talked to a tremendous amount of creators that do live streams, and they always lose subscribers on live streams. So
we
really
used to lose 50 subscribers every time we did a channel audit, which sounds really weird.
Which seems the opposite of what should happen, right?
Yeah.
But you know, if you're going to give value in the live stream, the best thing to do is to do what we're trying to do now, is interact with the people that are there. That is your best bet. Also, something else that we kind of learned late last year was you tend to rank higher for specific search terms while you're live. So if you're doing a question and answer session about channel audits and stuff, we'd probably be one of the top. Actually, as a matter of fact, where are we ranked on how to start and grow a YouTube channel? I wonder if we're ranking good there right now.
Travis, I'll let you handle that. Have a look now. I think Leron is probably desperate to add here that whenever he goes live on the vidIQ, he gains us 50 subscribers. So well done to you there, Leron. Have you got a question for us?
Just saying. Okay. All right. I got a question here from R&R Law Group. Question: what makes a good thumbnail? So a good thumbnail is something that only does one thing. You get somebody to stop what they're doing, stop the scroll, and look at your thumbnail and look at your title. So a good thumbnail gets their attention. It pops it. So compare your thumbnails compared to other people making that same video. Compare it to the channels above and the channels below you, the search results, and see whether somebody would click on your thumbnail. Do not use lots and 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 lots of text. We've seen this time and time and again. Use faces if you can, good expressions, good use of color, and for the love of everything, do not give away the plot. I've seen so many people give away the entire story. So I'm going to find something, I don't know, this device, they have someone pointing at this device going, this is the best thing you can buy right now. Well, I don't need to watch your video. You've just told me the ending to the story. Stop giving away the plot. Ask questions. Get somebody to be intrigued, and then they're going to want to watch the rest of your video.
Oh, I've got a bit of a counterpoint to that. Because I would say sometimes on thumbnails, you do want to show the final payoff. And the reason to show the final payoff is so that somebody clicks to work out how they get there. Like, like with hairstyles or like a drawing or something.
A before and after, absolutely.
Right.
And by the way, if you ever do a before and after, the before is always on the left, the after is always on the right. Yes, to get to the end result, you want to be able to show that, but then kind of tease it out. Like, can the audience member who watches us, can they get to that same result? 100%. But if it's something like a gear review saying, just buy this, well, great. Now I know what you think of it. Why do I have to watch it?
Nicely done, Leron. You saved us an uncomfortable afternoon where we wouldn't be speaking to each other. Slick O Nick with a question here, and all of you might want to chime on this one. Been making videos since 2018. I try improving. I spend hours each video editing. I try making different content every now and then, but still getting low views. What am I doing wrong, vidIQ? This is always a tricky one, isn't it? Where people think that they're putting so much time and effort into something, they think their content is better than somebody else, and they're wondering why YouTube hasn't rewarded them. Now, we don't know anything about your channel. We have to do a channel audit. My guess is that this is something wrong with like your audience strategy or content strategy, and you're doing the same thing over and over again and expecting something different to happen. I know that you say that you try different content every now and then, but maybe it's like in the video editing and people aren't reacting to it very well. So look at your audience retention, something along those lines. Liron, you want to say something?
Yeah, it's the kiss of death of YouTube is comparing your channel to somebody else's.
You've nailed it there.
It's the biggest mistake people do, and we see people giving up YouTube just because they do that. Two channels might do the exact same video, and they're going to react vastly different. The data that YouTube has on you is different to somebody else. Your audience is different. Everything is different. So number one, stop doing that. Number two, go look at your analytics. What's the watch time? What's the retention? Where are people dropping off? You could have an amazing set of contents, but you're losing 80% of your audience in the first 60 seconds. Nobody knows about your amazing content. No matter how much you mix it up, people are just not seeing it. So I would stop worrying about everybody else, spend a little bit of time looking at your top performing videos and understand why they work, and then start focusing on your audience, giving them that kind of value back.
Dan, I've given you several minutes to prepare here now. Have you got a question lined up?
Yeah.
Totally.
Garage Review says, I have a car review channel. So should I review new cars or cars like Rolls-Royce or Ferraris? So that's kind of what's your specialty? I mean, what cars do you know more about? Because you shouldn't be reviewing cars that you have no business talking about, if that makes sense. If you like classic cars, then maybe you shouldn't be focusing on Rolls-Royce, unless it's a classic Rolls-Royce, or something newer. You should stick with, just like the cooking channel we were talking about earlier, stick with what you already have some proficiency in, because that's going to show on camera.
Yeah, that's a tricky one, isn't it? Because it's a creator asking another creator the question, when really the creator needs to ask their audience that question with the content that they create and the response they get back from them. So
if you're good in both areas, then test out both and see what your audience is responding to.
Yeah, I've just seen a really good question here. I want us to answer this one. It is from People with a Passion. Is there any benefit to replying and engaging with audience on other channels via their comments? Does this potentially get people looking at your content? Travis, I think, have you like experience with this, or am I?
Yeah, this is the strategy that I actually tell people to use. But the thing is, you have to be helpful in your comment. You can't be like, hey, this is a good video, but mine's much better. Come see me. What you have to do, it's super simple. You come in, you become a part of the community, you show intelligence on the subject, and people will naturally, especially if your icon looks like it could be a YouTube channel, will naturally click your channel. Like, how does this person know this? Do they have a channel? This looks like an icon. That was a pretty good comment. You'd be surprised at how well that works. And here's the other thing. If you are doing it on a channel that does similar content to yours, there's a good chance that those people will actually like your content. Wow, it's like the biggest, easiest hack on YouTube. Seriously, become a part of the community. Be helpful, be kind, and you'd be surprised.
A good example of this, actually, on our Tuesday channel audits, somebody did timestamps for all of the channels we audited last week, and it must have taken them hours because the channel audits are 2 hours long, and then to put timestamps in takes a bit of time as well. And because of that, we were so appreciative of it. We audited their channel. We don't even know if we were actually on the live stream, but we were just so grateful for what they did that we audited their channel. All right, that is another 5-minute channel audit. Sorry, not channel audit. What am I talking about? 5-minute Q&A that we've done from the live stream chat. We'll maybe do one more of them. The next time we do one, though, is we're going to do any questions are answerable. So, like, in fact, the next time we do it, you can't ask YouTube questions. It can be questions about a completely different topic, so we'll have a bit of fun there. But we'll go back to the form now. I've been really lazy and I haven't actually checked the form.
I got one. It's super,
all right,
super
go for
easy.
it. Yeah.
It is from Lego Ninja 415, although I have another one I should read. It's funny. But anyway, they're from USA. How do I find my niche? So funny you ask. We have this little thing called the vidIQ Academy, and there's an entire video series that we've done that I did painfully. To answer that exact question, all you have to do is be a Boost member, Pro or Boost member, which you can get a free thing in the description below, and you literally can have your answer today and start your new niche today.
If only you got commission from that, Travis, that would be awesome. Did you say you have another question as well?
Yeah, Rob, I want you to answer this one.
All right.
This one is from King Krish with 340 subscribers in America.
Yep.
Their question is, what can I do to improve?
Okay.
Hold on, wait. We've done this one.
Okay, so what you need to improve is, first of all, get rid of that generic channel banner that you undoubtedly have on your channel.
Savage is coming out.
All right, but
wow.
Savage Rob.
What do I need to do to improve? So because I don't know what your channel's like, I'm going to start with this. Better thumbnails, because most channels have thumbnails that need to be significantly improved, and niching down and finding what you're best at and what your audience reacts to most. All right, I'm going to throw this question back to you then, Travis, if we're nominating people. I didn't realize we were doing that. Elliot's Fun Club.
Wait. Hold on before you get started. We have one for, did you see in the chat from Dr. Stan?
Okay.
Question for Leron and Dan.
All right, then.
When are you going to shave your head? Because you got to match up with
let's do it. Yeah.
I'm afraid it won't come back if I do.
At 500,000 subscribers, I think.
I'm not doing that.
I have a better question.
Uh-oh.
Travis and Rob, when are you going to get some hair?
Roger, it's all right here. There you go. In your face. Right. This question is from Elliot's Fun Club in England. My feed is flooded with short videos and stories from people with well under 10,000 subscribers. So is YouTube pushing stories out to everybody? I knew this would help out a lot of small users like me. That's actually interesting, because I've just finished a video about YouTube stories, because there's a subscribe button in there now. And I was under the impression that stories was only available to creators over 10,000 subscribers. So maybe they're rolling it out to more people. So yeah, I think YouTube stories will be very similar to the community posts, whereby even if you're not subscribed to the channel, if you watch related content or you've watched a video from the channel and have not subscribed, YouTube will think, hey, you might be interested in this story, so we're going to push it out to you. So if you have access to that tool, start using it. I've just started using it to do Q&A, where I literally say, we're going to do Q&A, I'll reply to your comment with another story, and that's proven to be quite successful. Actually, we're getting some nice little subscriber counts from it. I've actually just finished a video on that right now. It'll probably be out this weekend. So yeah, if I think any opportunity to engage with your audience, especially when it's going to take a couple of minutes, use that opportunity.
Can I tack something onto that?
Yeah, go ahead.
If you have access to stories, community tab, etc., something just happened to me last night, actually. I was about to record a game I've been doing for a while, and I lost my save file. It's an indie game. It got corrupt, and it was late. So I'm like, I can't start over right now, and it's already late. I want to go to bed. So what I did instead was I scheduled a community post for the time the video would normally go live. I explained what happened. I even made like a thumbnail with the character crying because it wasn't going to work. And I just talked about, oh, well, I guess better luck next time. We'll see you next week. And I also did a story in the moment. I said, oh, darn it, I lost everything, blah, blah, blah. What I like about that is I didn't make a video in its place and waste everybody's time saying, well, I lost my save file, blah, blah. I don't like when people do update videos on their channel, when they interrupt their flow. They got a gaming channel, they're doing something, and then they just suddenly do this update video, and then they're like, nobody watched my update video.
Yeah.
The community tab is perfect for when something goes terribly wrong, and you want to just quickly update your audience. So I just wanted to tack that on. That's how I used it the other day.
More importantly, Dan, why are you working on your own channel during vidIQ hours?
I was not. What?
Weekend only, Dan. Weekend only.
What are you talking about?
Did you not read your contracts?
I don't work 12 hours a day.
Oh,
he's admitted it live on air now, folks.
He doesn't work 12 hours a day.
There you go. Folks, if you want to apply for the executive producer position here at vidIQ, then do send us an email. Travis, have you got a... sorry, Liron, have you got a question lined up?
I do, because I've got to bounce shortly, so I'm going to give you this one. Channel name is Did You See That Trick Shots? Love that, right? That's cool. From Oklahoma, says, how do you get your subscribers to share your videos? That's actually a pretty good question. The simple one is just ask for people to share your videos. That's really the easiest way to do it. But give them a reason, like kind of make it as part of a process, as opposed to like, subscribe, and share, because kind of we don't tend to hear that anymore. I do that at the end of my podcast when I do that. That's a shameless plug for the vidIQ podcast. At the end of the podcast episode, I would say, please share this episode with at least one other creator that could benefit from this. You could do the same. Please share this. If you know somebody else who's looking for these cool trick shots, don't forget to share and tag them in the comments, and let's get more people in here. That gives them a reason to do that. So ask. If you don't ask, you don't get.
Yep. Can't add anything to that, I don't think.
There's a great question in the chat.
I just saw that. I think you saw what I saw.
Yeah.
No. Shall we?
This can't end well.
Go on then, Travis. What is it?
Guitar Method says, how does one recover from being savaged? I don't know that you can.
No.
There is no recovery right now for it.
Start a new channel.
Start a new channel. Yeah, try Twitch, I think is the answer to that. What should we do now?
I have a question I've been holding on to for a bit.
Yeah, go on then.
All right. So this is from Leanna Garmandon. I'm so sorry about your name. I'm sorry, I didn't pronounce it correctly.
You've been holding on to a question, but not holding on to how to pronounce it.
No, I've been trying this whole time too. Couldn't figure it out. I've been uploading to my channel lately with a series. The first episode got the most views of anything on my channel, and now the next two don't have any. There are 3 episodes. Yeah. What should I do? The reason I've been holding on to this is because this is how I started my gaming channel. I did episode 1 of whatever game I was playing that month, and it did great. Then I did episode 2. If you look at YouTube search when you're trying to figure out your title and stuff, you'll notice that, Minecraft, and then episode 1 is always an auto fill-in search term. But what you'll also notice is episode 2, 3, 4, etc. are not. No one's ever searching for episode 2, 3, 4. This is why I always tell people, don't get so wrapped up in episode numbers. Instead, what's your video about? I don't care what episode number it is. What's the video itself about? What's going to happen in this episode that's going to get me to click? Because if you tell me you're on episode 26, I'm not going to go back and watch 25 videos. That's not going to happen. So if you're trying to attract new people, use that video, episode 2 or 3, as opportunities to get new people in there. You can tell them, hey, I did episode 1 the other day. If you missed it, go check it out. Anyway, today we're going to do X.
Fantastic question and a great answer to that.
Unless, of course, you are doing something that requires episode 1, like you're trying to build a car.
Right.
They can't start on day 4 without knowing what day 1 is.
Right.
But I'm 100% behind you. There's very little reason to have episode 003, 004, 005. It just makes people think, wow, I've got to commit so much time to a content creator I don't know yet. No, that's just too hard. Let's move on.
Each video should be able to stand on its own 2 feet, shouldn't it? I mean, once you're into the content, you can say, and by the way, this is part of a journey that I'm building a car. But today we're going to teach you how to, change a battery. And you can watch this video or the extra 150 videos that I've got on the subject. All right, I think now what we're going to do is test out our skills to answer any question about anything. Liron, how long have you got left? Because I want to see if you can stick around
4 minutes.
For this. All right, so for the next 4 minutes plus, we're going to do non-YouTube questions. So this can be about us, about our hair apparently, or about Dan's working hours, all that sort of stuff. Hashtag question. And if it's about YouTube, we're not going to answer it. So it has to be something unique and fun. And Leron's also shamelessly plugging his podcast in the in the chat as well. Like for example, Vintage Mike has just asked how important are keywords. We're not going to be answering that question. Beard Army 101 asks how can I get more views. We wouldn't answer that question even if we were answering. All right, so the first one's come in, right? So it's Antosh Tuwani. Question: is Linux better than Windows? I don't think I've ever used Linux, so I'm going to say Windows. Next question. Just whenever you see one, just punch it out.
Hey, I'm here, everyone. We can start this up. I saw a question come up right now from Live TV. Early. It's Savage Stonks, hashtag Savage Stonks in the chat. Someone says, can you give me a shout out? The answer's no.
All right. Who asked you that, Savage?
I don't care because I'm not giving him a shout out. Just already told you this, Rob. Pay attention.
Great. Okay. So I said, Leron, Dan, and myself, let's get questions and ask them to Savage and see what he
Savage,
says.
I have a question for you from Flush123 Gaming. Are you in the USA?
I'm always in the USA. I'm also in the internets right now, but I'm coming to you from Paris. Believe it or not, I'm over in Paris. I like the French fries they have over here. That's why I came over here. They said they had some French fries, so I had the French fries. They're pretty good. Not too bad.
Call to Grid asks you, Savage, what is in your car CD player right now?
It's actually an 8-track. If you don't know what an 8-track is, I don't know how to tell you that it's the better version of CD. I just want to let you know that's what it is.
Ben B Gaming TV asks, when did vidIQ start?
What kind of a question? Rob, answer the question. I don't know the answer to this question. Why are you asking me this question? I don't know the answer to this question.
I thought you were the man of many answers to many questions.
I know a lot of things, but I don't know nothing about this vidIQ. They bring me on this live stream all the time. I get paid about $2,000, and then I leave. That's all there is.
But we do know when Dan's last day was, which is.
Dan, have you got a question for
Dan's monitor's upside down, which is why he can't read anything. He's trying to read it upside down. That's why he sounds so perplexed.
Dan, any questions here for Savage?
Cody Hindsight wants to know: is Savage adopted by the vidIQ family?
I made them adopt me. I've adopted
Savage is breaking character there. We almost cracked him.
It's not happening.
We almost cracked him.
Bone or boneless wings?
Bone or boneless wings. That's the very important question from Vintage Mark. Needs to know right now, Savage.
What's the question?
Do you go with bone or boneless wings?
Always boneless. Here's the problem. I had some boned-in rings before, some boned-in rings. I call them boned-in rings. And I started choking, and someone gave me the Heimlich maneuver backwards. And broke my back.
Just a stats update. We were at 330 concurrent viewers. Now we're down at 260. So Savage, you're doing job as usual.
That's how I do it.
So question here from Modern Regimen. What food or snack is mandatory for you to have during isolation?
Pop-Tarts.
Yeah.
Really, that's
answer.
Can't answer that. What else have we got here?
Hey, Savage, sub for sub?
Go ahead.
Sub for sub, Savage?
All right. You want to sub to me first?
Sweet FN wants to know.
Are you going to sub to me first? If you sub to me first, sure. I mean, I'm probably not going to sub back to you, and I'm definitely not going to watch your videos. But go ahead. Feel free.
Okay, Savage, last question from my side. Yes. Ludspo or Ludspo or some spelling thereof says, can you stop knocking on my door? It's becoming annoying. I have no idea.
If you would calm down in there and turn the music down, I wouldn't have to knock on the door. I mean, come on now. Turn your music down. What's wrong with you people?
Cody Hindsight, milk or cereal first?
Obviously milk. I'm not a I'm a savage, but I'm not a savage.
How does that work?
I have no idea. Do we do more?
Ron, we appreciate you.
Are we doing any more Savage here? Or
no.
Well, I think you're about to lose the last 264 people.
Good.
Good. So I'm signing out, people.
All right. So Leron, now let's go. Leron, thank you very much for your time and efforts. And hopefully we've done pretty well here. So maybe we'll do another one very soon. If not, see you on the Wednesday webinars.
Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for hanging out.
All right. What's Savage? Are you good for some more questions, or are you done with this?
Yeah. No. Yeah. I'm sorry. I had to change something. Yeah. Go ahead.
Right. Question here from Fluship123 Gaming. How do you pay him? Don't let your dollars cry.
What? What are people? What does that mean? Is that a slick shot? Is that dude trying to finesse? Is he trying to put me on the whim wham?
All right, we'll try another one. Mr. Night Gamer, he's asked me this, but we'll throw it over to you, Savage. What is your most favorite and most hated video game?
I'll tell you, my most favorite is Grand Theft Auto because that's actually how I live my life. It's actually, I call it a biography game because that's literally how every single day of my life goes.
Yeah.
And the worst one is what's the one with the one that just came out today?
Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing.
I knew you were going to do that to me.
Because what are we doing? What are we doing here? I have a little dog. That's my animal, and he can cross the street, and I'm done. Why am I gonna buy a game for that?
This question, I love this one. It comes from SMM2. Oh, where's it gone? It was something about what's. All right, I've got it. What's most important, Savage? Analytics or charisma?
Let me explain something to you. If it isn't quite obvious, it's charisma, without a doubt. Besides, I can't spell analytics, so there you go.
This is another T-shirt that we need to get that just that has Savage's face, and the quotation is, "Let me tell you something," and that is it. That's the next merch that we're gonna do. And have we got
50% of that profit, by the way? Go ahead.
Savage, do you like dank memes?
I think that the best type of memes are always the dankest.
And can you shave your hairy face, please?
No.
And what else have we got?
Savage just got savaged.
Yeah. Hudson Vintage asks, are we in quarantine right now? I'm not, but I wish I was, so I didn't have to talk to Savage.
Listen, I need you to understand this when I say this very, very, very slowly for you. This is the best part of your day. So enjoy all of it. Take it in, drink it in. By the way, did you ever hear that song? It's my theme song. I'm so savage. Yeah. It's that guy that sings it from back in the day. You know, I'm so savage. Yeah. You know what song I'm talking about.
Yeah, I just hope for copyright reasons that was transformative enough for us to not be dinged.
I mean, it's the original. I don't know. I copyright strike everybody else.
There. And Evangelina is desperate for you to answer this, Savage. Ninjago, ?
That is a good question.
All right, thank you for the answer there. I don't know, Savage. Do you want to try and see if we can get your like the person we actually want back on, or are we done with questions?
Listen, I got to eat lunch, so I'm about ready to faint. So everyone out there, I appreciate you. You can follow me on my.
All right, yeah, stop it with the social media sharing. We're done with it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Get off, Dan. If you can talk, please, and that will get Savage off the camera, please.
Yeah, gladly.
All right, good stuff. Thank you very much. We're going to take a few more questions here from the form here. If there are any, if anybody's, wow. Savage lost us 100 concurrent viewers in the time it's been. That's pretty brutal. So, Travis, if you're back, if you manage to wrestle the camera back from that person, do you have a question lined up, or Dan?
Yes.
This is from the form.
How to earn money with a small channel? Affiliate sales.
Affiliate sales, brand deals, sponsorships. There are some channels that never monetize their content and make a lot from like selling their products and services. So I think maybe just do a bit of research and find like ways to make money without AdSense. You'll probably get a lot of answers there. Here's one from Blue Budgie Productions in the UK. What should you put in your channel description? Is there a template? I actually did a video on this a couple of months ago, like what you should put in your description. The first 140 characters, I always say, the tweets part of your description at the very top is crucial for more keywords and explaining what your video is about, because people can read that in search results. Beyond that, here at vidIQ, we tell people like where they can download vidIQ, Q&A, all of our social media links, that type of thing. So there is a template. I think just search out vidIQ description template and you should see that video. And look at our description template here. Anything that's underneath things you need to know in a description, we use that in every single description. Dan, Travis, do you have sort of anything different there with descriptions, or is it pretty much similar?
I like to say that, you know, if you're asking people to subscribe in your description, why? try to get as much value in that description as possible. Let me know, why should I subscribe to you?
Right. Yeah. And I guess also think about your pinned comment potentially as an extension of your description and what you can add there. Travis, we got a question lined up from you.
I see. Does switching an outdated affiliate link with an updated link hurt SEO or ranking? No. As a matter of fact, interestingly, especially links, not at all. But interestingly, I think last night YouTube uploaded a video where someone asked if changing the title and description re-ranked videos, and they said no. So that right there is a question that a lot of people have kind of thought the answer to was yes. So
yeah, so mini changes do not have radical implications for videos anymore. It seems to be a myth going around now. Dan, got one lined up?
Yeah, Shrinking with Keto, which is a good name. They're from Greece. I'm starting a keto channel, lost over 150 pounds. Should it be a vlog or tutorial or both? And I think my answer to you would be, if you're starting a channel like that, where it's about your weight loss journey, I guess kind of both. Tutorials tend to get people in the door because you're a new channel and you got to provide some value. But as you're growing your audience, you can vlog about different experiences. You can even turn those vlogs sort of into tutorials, because you could be describing, today I'm going to eat this and I'm going to show you how to make it. You know what I mean? So you can kind of hybrid a channel like that, I think.
There's a really interesting question here from Cool Bean in Jamaica. Can your voice affect how long people stay on your videos, especially new ones? I'm going to have a really weird reference here. Did anybody watch Star Trek Voyager?
Mm-mm.
Travis?
Mm-mm.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
My parents did.
Yeah. So what I'm going to, this might probably relate to one person in the live stream chat. When I first started watching Star Trek Voyager, the Captain Janeway, had a really annoying voice to me. I didn't really like the pitch of it at all. But then as I watched more of the show, I got used to her voice, and I found it fine. But so I think for very personal opinions on voices can sometimes turn one or two people off. But generally speaking, I think as long as it's not monotone and boring, and you have like flavor and charisma in your voice, then you're going to have polarizing opinions. Some people are going to love it. Some people are going to hate it. You embrace those people who like really enjoy your character and your charisma on screen. So I think just I think having a voice personality is the most important thing, and a good microphone to go along with that. Travis, Dan, I'd love to hear your sort of input there if you have any different thoughts on that.
Yeah, I would just advise a lot of us, especially when we start YouTube or any kind of broadcast, we don't like hearing our own voice. Nobody does.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, don't worry about that. If people are going to come into your description and make fun of your voice, which I'm not saying that's what's happening, but if it happens, you don't want them around anyway. So just be you. I love what you said, Rob. Be charismatic, because that's what translates on the mic the most. If people hear you and you just sound like you're not having fun, they're going to hear that. Smile when you talk. It definitely makes a difference. And yeah, let your charisma shine. Don't worry about what your voice sounds like. Nobody likes the sound of their own voice.
Nice one. Travis, what have we got from you?
To that, because I got 2 words for that. Chocolate rain. Old school YouTubers will remember that one.
I don't even know what that means.
You don't know what chocolate rain is?
No.
Oh my gosh!
How did you get this far on YouTube without?
Yeah, I'm suspicious of you now, Rob.
So Travis, you pick a question.
I will.
I'm going to do some Google searching.
MMA Weekly says, "Are mid-rolls a good idea, or does it upset?"
Should I be putting this in Google search? Chocolate?
No, it's a YouTube thing. I'm the guy, viral and everything. Are mid-rolls a good idea? Does it upset viewers? What's the best way to incorporate it? Mid-rolls aren't that bad. If you let YouTube select, so there's an option to manually put in mid-rolls or to let YouTube select it. I just let YouTube select it now, because YouTube can tell when the best point of the video and even what type of mid-roll it should put in based on what people are watching and when they're leaving. So it's not a bad idea. I've not seen it really adversely affect any of my videos, but more importantly, if you allow the YouTube smart brains about how people are watching videos, place that in the video, then you're more likely to have a successful placement than just trying to put it in yourself.
All right, I found it, but I obviously need to watch this afterwards.
It's this song. Yeah.
Yeah, I just this one has just completely gone over my
Even
head.
Generic Waffle knows what it is. Come on.
Yeah, maybe I'm revealing there that I never actually watch any YouTube. I just make videos. That's an interesting question, though, just while we're on that. In terms of content creation versus watching content, what is your split? Because I enjoy making videos so much that I get into it and make videos, and by the time I finish making a video, I'm so exhausted I don't actually want to watch any content. Does anybody else suffer from that?
I do.
Yeah,
Definitely.
No, I watch a lot of YouTube.
All right.
It's like my number one out of everything, like Hulu, everything. It's just my number one.
Yeah. All right.
I'll catch up on some like late night shows sometimes, but when it comes to like watching other creators, like not sponsored by television networks, I don't watch a lot as much as I used to because I'm always like making that content myself.
Yeah, and that's probably like a failing of some of us, whereby we could learn to do new things and like get new ideas from content creators. But yeah, I just love making videos. And like any spare time, I want to make videos when it comes to YouTube.
Little Monster Media in the chat. Welcome. Hey.
Hello. Yeah, we're actually going to go back to the chat. I think for the final few minutes, we're going to do some more Q&A. This can be YouTube related this time. So hashtag question, ask us a question. And for the next few minutes, we're going to do our best to answer as many as we can. And I'm going to start with this one here, which is from E3. Sorry if I pronounce your name wrong. Should I put music and animation in my channel, or should I make new channels for those? I think it depends on your channel size. If you've already got a huge audience and you can like silo your content from one place to another, then maybe do that. However, if your small channel still's growing, then concentrate on one particular niche to build up that audience. I would recommend. Dan, question.
Gaming Camera asks, how can I make awesome thumbnails? We have a course on this in the Academy, the vidIQ Academy. So I would recommend checking it out because that is a very big question.
Or check out our audits live streams every Tuesday because we're always talking about thumbnails. Travis?
Question: Is it good to pursue Gacha Life? Now, I didn't know what Gacha Life was before a good friend of ours, ASMR Mag UK, decided to leverage that on her channel, and it helped blow her channel up a lot. So apparently, it's a very strong community, and yeah, sure, it works.
Yeah, I would agree completely there. Even though we don't know what it is, us personally, there's a huge audience for it. What we've discovered, we still don't know what it is, but it just keeps coming up on channel audits. Question from Storyflake: which platform will win in the future regarding video? YouTube, TikTok, Instagram? Your thoughts on the future of online videos? I think YouTube is always going to be the dominant competitor because I think it has its roots in desktop, where there is a longer form content viewing traditional style. I know it's moved on to mobile and most people watch on mobile, but I think through its desktop roots it has more established base, and TikTok and Instagram concentrate on short bite-sized content. I think Instagram stories and videos are always like it's half pictures, half imagery, so TikTok may become even more dominant force in that bite-sized content. But then you've also got to think about Facebook. Like whenever I go on Facebook, I always get distracted in my feed by random videos that are going off there, and I'll end up watching mindless football goals for hours. Facebook knows exactly what I'm going to get distracted by on when I'm looking through the feed. Dan, you went ooh there, so I think it sounds like you want to chime in a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. You kind of covered it, but I think that these days, when you think about TikTok and stuff like that, and the people who are most susceptible to that kind of content, it's like this disposable kind of content era we're entering right now, where videos are very short, they're funny, they're bite-sized, and they come up for a minute, everyone laughs, and then they kind of just fade into obscurity. Whereas YouTube, I would like to think that content creators there are a lot more. They're doing a lot of work with handcrafting videos, a lot of times trying to make evergreen content that's going to help a lot of people for a long time to come. So YouTube's a great platform for that. There's disposable stuff on YouTube as well, but yeah, I think YouTube's great because you can really expand on something and YouTube will push that video up there. And
another challenge I think for TikTok is it appeals to a much younger demographic. and they don't have disposable income. So they're not necessarily spending money. They're consuming content, but not necessarily having the money to buy from any adverts that you might see. Travis, either chime in on that, or you can pick a question.
One more. Do you think a video can be over-edited? Should you keep it simple, spend a really good amount of time in post-production refining the video? Well, yes. Can a video be over-edited? Absolutely. Can it be under-edited? Absolutely. Usually, if you're at the point where you are spending a long time on like a 10-second section, you probably have overdone it. I think there needs to be a point where you say it's good enough and get it out and get to the next one.
Yeah.
If you've really been grinding on the same video for a long time, and by the way, that can mean different things for different people. A long time for you might be 3 days. A long time for me might be 3 hours. So whatever that is, for me, it actually is. But for it, it just depends on what long. But at the end of the day, you absolutely positively can overdo it. And I would just say, just look at what your kind of average time is. If you're not doing if you're getting stuck in a small little area, maybe step away, maybe even just hit publish and get on to the next one.
Yeah, done is better than perfect. If you're editing a video to a point where nobody actually cares about the content of a video anymore, for example, like an iPhone 11 review, and you get it out 3 months later, unless you create a best review ever, or like your MKBHD who has the license to do that, because people know the quality, then you get yourself into like an editing minefield, and it can drive you insane. And I would also say as well, for me personally, I never try and emotionally attach myself to a video to the point where it has to succeed for me. Because there are videos where I spend hours on them and I don't do very well, and then I'll knock one up in like an hour or two, and that gets 1 million views, and it's like, how on earth did that happen? And so sometimes YouTube can be a really strange character when it comes to that. All right, we're going to take one more question each. So Dan, final question from you.
Are we doing the chat or the forum?
The chat.
Okay. Let's see. Sorry, you caught me off guard. How
Travis,
to grow a gaming channel fast? I started uploading Fortnite montages, but I stream CS:GO a lot. Can you help me to grow? Thanks. Well, you're playing some pretty saturated games there, Fortnite, CS:GO. I'll say this again. We've kind of answered this already today, but you're going to want to try and give some extra value. When you're talking about growing fast, you want to appeal to an audience searching for specific content. They're trying to ask questions about Fortnite or CS:GO, or maybe there's a new update in one of those games. Cover those things, because if it's just you playing Fortnite, you're dealing with so much competition. It's ridiculous. So try to see what kinds of questions you can answer and what kind of value you can provide to that community, and you'll start to stand out.
And Travis, last question and answer from you.
There's a person keeps saying, how do I find my niche? We've already answered this. So you either want to go back in the live stream or go to vidIQ Academy, and that we have a video section on that. But having said that, I haven't made videos in a long time. Should I open a new channel or continue with the old one? This really depends on what your content is. If it's the same as the old stuff, then, fair enough. Stay on that channel. If it's completely different content, I would probably start a new channel. You'd be surprised how quickly you can grow a channel if it's really laser focused. We've seen it a lot in the last year.
And Ashtosh Tiwari, I think I pronounce your name differently every time I've said it, but this one's for us, Dan. How to manage YouTube video ideas? How does vidIQ do it? So, how do we come up with video ideas? I have to be honest, and I think this is one of the reasons why I've been successful on YouTube, is that I have this innate ability to see something on another video or like a news story or whatever, and within 10 seconds, I have the idea in my head and how it's going to start and finish. It takes hours for then turn that into a video, but for some reason in my head I know that's going to be a good video, and I know that my audience is going to find it useful, and that's just something that's always been in me. In terms of other video ideas, obviously we'll look at what's already performed well on the channel. Like, I know that a couple of years ago we did have some successful videos on how to get 100 subscribers, how to get 1,000 subscribers, so we've been redoing them and updating them over 2020. In terms of Dan's ideas, I think, Dan, you're still looking to me a little bit for ideas on what we should do on gaming stuff, but you're pushing ideas my way as well, so we're having to we're able to collaborate a little bit there. But any general thoughts on video ideas?
Yeah, because of your ability me to just come up with these ideas. I am leaning on you quite a bit. But yeah, I think that for me, coming up with ideas, because I'm covering a very specific topic a lot of times on vidIQ, which is gaming, it comes from just my years of experience in playing games on YouTube and figuring out what did I wish someone told me when I first started.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where a lot of my current inspiration is coming from.
And I think, Travis, if I was to maybe talk about your channel a little bit, I think you look at the general community reaction to tech and you try and respond to it. Like, what is the emotional pull on a certain thing that's going on, and you try and riff off of that. Am I right there?
Yeah. I mean, so I have a couple different what are called buckets for some of my videos. But yeah, I love to do the stuff that's that people are thinking about or feel strongly about, and kind of go in and kind of research that area and then give my own take on it. And those tend to get a lot of engagement, and really are some of my favorite videos to do. And people seem to really dig them because while you can show a camera or show a phone and say this thing has this many megapixels, to say this thing costs $1,000 and you can get a better one for $500, let me show you how, is a little bit more interesting. So yeah, that's how I do it.
So hopefully that helped you with generating video ideas. If you're not too good at that, I just write down every single video idea that comes into your head, and then you can filter them out later on a piece of paper. So you get down to like 3 or 4 that you should make videos on. That brings to an end our special Q&A live stream for today. I hope you found it valuable. If you did, let us know via the power of emojis in the live stream chat. If you haven't subscribed to vidIQ already, make sure to do so, because the 3 amigos here, who have been memed into that actually on Twitter, we will be back on Tuesday, where we'll be actually auditing your channels. So if you haven't done that before, that is an experience, especially if you get audited by that man called Savage. We go live Tuesdays, 11 o'clock Pacific time. If you subscribe, you'll get a notification to tell you that that's happening. We will say goodbye to the following people. That include Dr. Sten, who's been moderating for us today. Thank you as always. Generic Waffle, as always, thank you for being here. We're also saying goodbye to Music and Royalties Explained, Kyle's Tech. Dan, who else are we saying goodbye to?
I want to say goodbye to a couple people, but if I can just add 2 quick things. One, right. vidIQ.com/Discord. Keep the conversation going. Great community over there full of creators. And 2, I've seen this a few times today. The words only in front of I only have X amount of subscribers. Consider the fact that you are talking on your public YouTube account, and what if one of your subscribers saw you referring to them as only a number? Appreciate the subscribers you have on your channel, because I've been seeing this so much and it drives me nuts. I only have 46 subscribers. That's 46 real people who thought, hey, this content's awesome. I'm going to subscribe. I want more.
And I would just quickly add as well, everybody in the YouTube creator journey has been only at a certain number in their past, and they've overcome that challenge.
Yes.
All right. Who are we saying goodbye to?
All right. Cool Bean, Mystic Entertainment, Mrs. P. Tarlagon, Mystic Entertainment again, Very Yammy, Temsters, Mystic Entertainment, Carmaster, Premium Ghost, Cool Bean again, Carmaster again, Apollo, thank you for moderating. Dr. Sten, thank you for being here and moderating. Mystic Entertainment, who's getting muted now. Reverse card music. That's all I got in me.
I'm not sure. It feels as if you just said the same 4 usernames out there over and over. Travis?
I'm going to say 3. I'm going to say MMAweekly.com. Good to see you. Mini Oof Oof, which I think the name is amazing.
Oh, what a name. Love that one.
And Garage Reviews, thank you so much. We appreciate all of you.
Folks, it has been an honor and a privilege. You've been spending your time with us, and I hope we gave you something back in value, because my personal opinion is time is the most important currency on YouTube. Make sure that when you create content for your audience, you are spending their time wisely. Travis, you're the man on screen right now, so you've got to wave awkwardly with me for a couple of minutes. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your video making day and indeed weekend. We will see you next week. Bye for now.